So the capacity that we're talking about is you can increase it so that you experience
Yes.
yourself in the unified field while you're interacting with others. So that the practices of Raja Yoga places in a very powerful place where we're taught techniques that are designed to increase our capacity to operate in the full potential as a human being while completely in alignment with who we are and with everything around us.
Yeah, I like that capacity.
Me too. That's the one I'm going for.
Yeah.
And that's what's so exciting about Raja Yoga, because it's designed, it's a system that's designed to increase your capacity. Raja Yoga, if you wanted to say it, is all about increasing your capacity to dance in the unified field.
There you go.
There you go.
That's perfect.
I have
Now,
to.
Okay.
And no, it's okay. We're going to keep going. So
I'll be right.
So this whole idea of capacity, hey, Claudine, join us. The whole idea of capacity then is that the way that it's designed, this physical body, that is a combination of a mental body and energetic body and physical body, is designed. It has a capacity to experience ourselves in complete harmony with everything we interact with. The capacity of a human being is to be open to receiving and to be open to giving. So it's like we're a conduit. But as humans, we come in with that capacity. However, as we look around a world so crazy as it is now, not many people understand the purpose of life. Not hardly anyone understands or is even curious about, why am I here? What is this all about? Is this something that I'm just going to continue, to be caught up in? What's the purpose of life? So in Raja Yoga, it's revealed, and we are, hey, Riv, and it's revealed. This is the pre-show. It's revealed that depending on the contents of your mind, depending on the health and condition of your energetic and physical body, you can decrease your capacity to experience yourself as a relaxed, intelligent, powerful individual dancing through relationships, dealing with life, while remaining connected to your authentic self. So you never do anything that doesn't feel right to you. And your capacity to know the difference between what is going to bring me closer to self and what's going to bring me further away from my authentic self is increasing. Capacity is huge. Close your eyes for a moment. You can mute now, everybody. It's mute time. And begin to breathe deeply. So close your eyes. Everyone has a certain capacity to quiet their mind. Every mind has the ability, it's designed to be clear, waveless, and connected to your authentic self. So breathe into it now. Those who are coming on, good to see everybody. Charles, Susan, Shirley, Martine. Go into your breathing and begin to get yourself into a place where you can explore a very important concept in this session. So breathing now so that you increase your capacity to hear something that has the potential of clarifying and getting you very, very excited about living comfortably in yourself at every moment. So with the breath, be aware and notice. Where are you? Inside, I mean, where are you? Are you present? Has the day slowed down enough, or is the day still kind of dancing around in the cranium? And so you bring awareness to where you are. To know the condition of your mental body, your energetic body, and even physical body. The more aware we are of our vehicles, a discrimination develops that allows us to be more present as a conscious being as we activate our personality and our physical body and we go about our life. So we need more awareness. So the breath then allows you, as you're breathing, you begin to notice the breath flowing in and the breath flowing out. You become aware of your breathing. It doesn't get simpler than that. For a reason. If you can be present to when your mind wanders, you increase your connection to your own divine, aware, knower self. It's that simple. Each time the mind wanders and you are aware of it, you log more time in your relaxed and truthful and comfortable self. So the breathing, it's much more than breathing. It's being aware that you're breathing, and that increases your capacity to know the difference between the contents of your mind and who you are. So we are aware of our mind. That's your personality. We're aware of our physical body in time and space, how comfortable it is, how easy it is to take these deep breaths, how the lungs expand, how the diaphragm moves. So there's an awareness that's super present. And every time the mind wanders, you know it. that begins an epic journey. The intention to sit more comfortable in ourselves and experience our life on all the different dimensions, freely, seamlessly, effortlessly. To experience every experience from the vantage point that it has purpose and meaning. Our capacity to accept what is increases as you do this meditation. As simple as notice when your mind wanders and go back and watch your breath. Okay. All right. Now, that's the easy part because your eyes are closed, or some of you almost closed. We're going to come back now and let's have a conversation about why are we talking about capacity? What's this capacity thing? What's that got to do with Raja Yoga? So take your time. For those who want a little deeper, you can rub your hands, create some heat. And then you cup the hands over the eyes before you open them. Be aware of each of these steps now. Just notice it. And welcome back. Each of us has the possibility to experience ourselves in every relationship we have, but to experience ourselves as comfortable with whatever's going on. However, depending on our capacity to sit comfortably in ourselves, we may experience a little shakiness there. So we may experience that our capacity to stay relaxed under certain situations, not so easy to do. And I think probably all of us have something like that. So capacity for a Raja Yogi, well, the dictionary says capacity is the maximum amount we can contain or produce. The maximum amount we can contain or produce. That's their definition of capacity. A Raja Yogi, it fits, but it's a little different. It's a little bit more subtle. So for a Raja Yogi, capacity is the maximum amount we are able to receive and to give. Now, giving can be creating. It can be being present to a situation. We are having quite a storm right now. And if there's a gap because the generator goes on, I'm going to lose you. It will take me probably about 5 minutes to switch it over to the generator and be back again. So you can, if you're not too tired, or you can come back and join again. All right. Yeah, we just had a lightning strike. So what is your capacity? Are you able, when things don't go your way, are you able to see that you're in reaction to it? That you're not able to just remain in a more relaxed or a more present relationship to whatever's going on. That is going to depend on a number of things. And so Raja Yogis say this: our physical bodies have to be strong and in alignment. That's why diet's important and all those things that I'm sure all of you know about. And the energetic body, the pranic body, There is such a capacity in that particular vehicle, the pranic body, and very few people really practice the techniques, follow a regime that allows their capacity to experience themselves on subtle levels, not just physical, but more subtle levels, subtle dimensions. We can increase our capacity in the pranic body so it would become more sensitive. If there's weak digestion, so maybe the capacity to eat certain foods in your physical body is limited. You can't tolerate certain foods, for example. And so you build up your pranic energy and you build up what you're eating and how you eat and all those things. And now you begin to increase your stomach's capacity to tolerate that food. And so you're going to have a brownie. I'd be very upset if I couldn't have a brownie. I would definitely work on that capacity. So all of us have these bodies, a mental body, energetic body, physical body. Each one of them, now this is the important point, each one of them, of those bodies that we operate, it's our bodies. These vehicles have the capacity to remain connected to the source, to remain connected to a unified field. And there's no beginning or end in that unified field. So this body that's always changing, physical body, mind's always changing, right? However, this vehicle has the capacity to experience yourself both as a personality and as a divine, aware, conscious being whose capacity to be present to others, to love, to empathize, to feel what others are feeling, who have a very, very low tolerance for violence or hurting another person. And in these times, I've been doing lots of mantras. So I would like you, if you choose to get really excited by the fact that you've got these vehicles. It does take some practice. I'm not going to, try to shortchange on that one, but these vehicles were designed, they have the capacity to channel and give you the experience of being connected to everything, of feeling comfortable in yourself so you can be present and give what it is that will enable this to be a better place. So for a Raja Yogi, we understand how that works. So we're always about, and we're constantly working on increasing our capacity to be present to this moment and respond according to what is best for all. I want that. So you got to know your capacity. For example, when things don't go your way, what happens? When things really don't go your way, what happens? Have you developed the ability to interact with each moment, no matter how painful it is, and no matter how much it goes against everything that you were hoping, but to experience every situation from a place where you're completely comfortable in yourself, where it doesn't throw you, where you wish it wasn't this way, and you don't understand why it is this way. But it has purpose and meaning to you because you're trained. You've trained yourself. The capacity to do that is present at all times. But what we have to learn how to do is get connected to the place, get to know it, spend time in the stillness of our own center. To take the time, design your life so that you will be able to increase your tolerance for all the things that go against what you believe. Change the things you can, of course, but you do that with a clear mind. Your capacity to be present to others and to be of service is increased tremendously as the mind is trained to stay in a waveless state unless you need to think. So your body, physical body, is trained to be quiet, sattva, to be in a state of stillness and ease physically. You've done the breathing techniques that are there so that you're capable of just taking a breath, pause that breath for a moment, watch the mind go quiet in the pause, and then exhale with such ease that you increase your ability to be more present to the situation. So these are the techniques. So close your eyes now, sit up tall. We're going to do a pranayama technique. This is the one that increases the capacity of your mind, the ability to stay focused. So you want to really get a concentrated mind. So it's very simple. We're going to breathe in deeply, take a deep breath in through the nose, and then you pause for a moment, and then you exhale slowly. Now, this is the 1-to-2 ratio. So for every count of an inhalation, you double your exhalation. As you're breathing, and you're having that long exhalation, pause after you exhale. So you inhale, and then just a short pause. And then you exhale completely, and another short pause. What we're attempting to do here is to create a relaxed flow. So the movement of the breath becomes a dance. As always, be aware, stay alert, and really notice the movement of breath. If the mind starts thinking about something, at the point where you're aware of it, go back to your breath count. Now, there's a number of things we're doing, so be alert. It's not a meditation technique. This is, if anything, a working meditation, but it's a specific breathing technique, pranayama technique, that is designed to increase your capacity to stay present and aware when things are going on around you. Therefore, it's really important to notice when the mind wanders. As you're breathing, I want to place your attention, and I want you to notice how there's a part of you that's watching this. There's breathing. There's counting. There's pausing. And you're aware, and then you're not. And then a cloud comes over, and you're just a couple breaths in before you realize you've been thinking. All good. This is one of the techniques we use so that you can knowingly and with awareness pay attention to the part of you right now that's totally comfortable and the body's breathing. And the mind is either completely clear, no thoughts, or an occasional thought comes in and you are aware of the thought. We are awareness. We're not the personality. We're the awareness that activates the personality. For that reason, we have to increase our capacity to observe the thinking mind. Observe our emotions. Know the difference between what we feel and who we are. To sit more comfortably in ourselves as awareness. And it's the breath. If you will become very familiar with this pattern that you're now experiencing, almost memorize the feeling you have right now. With enough practice, you will increase your ability to tolerate what disturbs you. Because you're more aware, you're more present, you're less spinning in your mind. There's more you that is present. All right, so you've had this feeling now. Now I want you to bring it back so your eyes are open, I can see you. I want you to now, with your eyes open, begin to interact. Be present. So come back slowly. Each one of us came into this incarnation with a certain capacity on many levels. For some of us, it's the capacity of the physical body. I mean, we're limited by our physical body, but maybe we come in and we have some serious handicap to the physical body. Okay. So our capacity as a physical body is diminished. That's the way it works. We can learn how to work within that mentally. Some people come in and there's some trauma. And so they begin to identify themselves in some trauma, and they don't sit comfortably in themselves because the capacity to be present to our experience is diminished because of the trauma. So no matter what it is, some people have a limited capacity to love. It hurts too much to love. I'm not sure that's love, but you know what I mean. So as a Raja Yogi, what we're all saying is, and what I'm so thankful. I was just telling someone that today. Every morning I am so thankful because I'm present to what is. I'm allowing myself to experience what isn't. And none of it is me. We live in a multidimensional universe. We have the capacity to experience ourselves as a conscious being, as a physical being, as a mental being, as an emotional being. We have the capacity to experience ourselves beyond time and space. We have the capacity to touch what is infinity. It's an amazing ability that is present. However, we didn't get the training early on. I don't understand it. You can't blame your mother and father. I mean, you can blame your mother and father, but then they have to blame the one above them. No, we were not trained in Raja Yoga. So we didn't know that this is a vehicle. It's not me. We didn't know that our personality can frame itself so that it has the capacity to experience the perfection of the universe every moment, no matter what it is. The ability to be present to things fully and experience every emotion possible, the good, the bad, the ugly. This human body is a vehicle that's connected to the unified field. And if we know how to operate this vehicle, if our capacities stay connected to the unified field while we're operating through this personality, wow. So Raja Yoga shows us how to do that. I mean, it literally is about increasing your capacity to know yourself as a divine being and to not be limited to a physical experience. Physical experience, it's really not what people cut it out to be. If it's missing the bliss, if it's missing its connection, and bliss, I don't mean happiness. I mean the perfection of the moment, no matter what it is. But if we open ourselves up, there is an understanding that comes. There is an ease that comes. There is a wisdom that somehow presents itself to you. Our capacity to receive and our capacity to give. What is yours? What is mine? But do you know your capacity? Do you know where you're limited, where you react, where your body has too much stress, whatever it might be? We are traveling, and it's nice to travel together, by the way, but we're traveling as personalities and bodies and learning how to not get stuck, to not get opinionated, to not let the concepts that enable us to operate within any culture. But those concepts are not who we are. They're just this little boundary zone so that we understand, so that we can be in relationship. So the concepts are all good. However, without sitting comfortably in yourself and you become identified with a concept, then the concept limits your experience or it defines your experience. We're seeing through lens. The lens, that's the mind. That's the emotions. That's our perceptions. The eyes only have a capacity to see a certain vibrational field. The capacity is limited, so it only takes in certain things. Like that, the mind is very similar. We have organized our mind so that we can survive. We can be present to this culture, this time in history, the religious maybe, the spirit, whatever it is that you've learned how to survive. But you don't want to let it limit our experience of who we are. I think, therefore I am thinking. The I am, and then there's thinking. But of course, if you're thinking, the I am has to be there, so I'm okay with that one. So capacity, and the reason why it's important as a yogi is we each and every one of us has designed our lives so that we have the amount of awareness we have. We have the ability to be present to situations and not react, to be responsible, not reactive. But I've only worked on myself enough that there are times when I get reactive. But I understand what's happening. I wanted something to go the way I wanted it to go, and it didn't. Okay. Doesn't mean I like it, but now I understand that I'm being reactive. My mind is spinning, and I'm not sitting comfortably in myself, so the moment isn't perfect. That takes me out of alignment with the unified field. That takes me out of alignment with all the other dimensions that exist around us, within us. I was deeply touched when my gurus told me, well, my guru told me, Swami Satchidananda first told me that I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, immortal self I am. Whoa, never heard that catechism class. That resonated with me. Somehow within me, when I heard that, something got awakened. It was like, ooh, that was great. Well placed, though, I have to say. So do you know your capacity? Do you know how long you can sit in meditation and not think? Do you know exactly what gets you pissed off when it doesn't go your way? Do you know that you're getting pissed off about this thing not going any other way? Because you're more aware, you can take a deep breath and calm it all down in a moment. That's the capacity a Raja Yogi is going for. This is great saying in the Himalayas, yoga karma sakarshalam. Work little, produce more. That goes for the mind. How many times do you overthink something? How many times are you just not present to hear yourself what you're saying? Or you say it and then you go, did I just say that? This is an amazing journey because it continues to increase your capacity. My capacity to be a kind and loving partner to my Radhaji has increased tremendously, which he's very happy about. And also, I used to get real upset when I saw people hurt each other. I used to feel the hurt. And my tolerance for ignorance when it results in other people hurting each other, maybe themselves, I can tolerate more of it. It hurts, doesn't feel good. But my capacity to be more present to ignorance, I'm happy to say it's increasing, which includes my own ignorance too. So it's good news on both fronts. So here's my question to you. How capable are you to, within 3 deep breaths, relax yourself and not be reactive to what your partner just said or what you just heard on the news, or you sneaked a glance at the checkbook online and, oh my God. Can you, in 3 breaths, get realigned? That's the goal of a Raja Yogi. I can do it sometimes, not all the times. I'm getting better. I'm increasing my capacity to stay connected to who I am and not who I think I am. But you have to really step back. How reactive are you? How big is your love? Ooh, I love that song. Bee Gees. Liam, do you know the Bee Gees? Oh, good. I feel better. Okay. So I know that certain things I have a low tolerance for. I'm more aware now. I'm not as reactive. So, but you have to know your capacity for things. We just had Thanksgiving, but we get a second one because the States are having one next month. So, do you sit around and be thankful for all the crazy relatives? Can you be thankful for living at a time where people are hurting each other? Can you be so expanded that you're sitting in a place where you can feel everything and know it has purpose and meaning? Oh, wow, that really gets tested in times like this, no doubt. But everything does have purpose and meaning. Can you sit with the pain of that and stay in an aligned place in yourself? Can you be comfortable in yourself and just experience all the different dimensions that are available to a human experience? This is Raja Yoga. This is what it's about. And I'm going to be the first one to say, do as many mantras as you want. That's not the goal. It's a good method, as long as you know why you're using it. The goal is to sit comfortably in ourselves and be a human being and operate in the world and increase our capacity to give and increase our capacity to receive, to be able to experience ourselves completely, as my friend Jeffrey Armstrong says, jump into the cosmic hot tub and just be one with the unified field. Can you move through all those dimensions freely, seamlessly? That's why we do these practices. That's why I share with you. I can only share the things that I'm learning and I'm practicing and I'm seeing the results of. My capacity to be a more kind and loving person continues to grow, and it gives me a feeling of trust, of knowing that there is a process, there is a way that we can look at our limitations and we can see the concepts where we're holding on to something and we're not just being present to the moment fully. And there is a state of consciousness that exists that experiences pain and comfort at the same time. We all know physically, right? There are techniques you can use to increase your tolerance of pain. In the same way, in the mind, there are ways that you can learn how to step back from being so fixed in how you think. There's enough ways to sit back in the place where you're okay no matter what you're thinking. That's what we want to increase. That's why we use the word capacity. We start with a certain capacity. And you got to know what your capacity is. You really do. By knowing your capacity, you'll sit more comfortably in yourself. There'll be more acceptance. By knowing your capacity, you'll begin to diffuse the concepts you're holding about where you should be, but you're not. Physical, energetic, mental, emotional, pick one. When you sit in a place where everything is flowing and there is a unified experience that we're all connected and we're all in perfect relationship with each other, when you're experiencing that, you can deal with all the people who are not. So we're conscious beings on an epic journey. And we have a limited capacity to open ourselves up to all those dimensions. And so we practice to increase that. If you're not able to do it yet, tolerate what you don't like. It'll help you, or change it. But that's not the goal. When you're sitting comfortably in yourself, you tolerate nothing. There's nothing to tolerate. Everything's in the perfect place. Even when some terrible tragedies happen. All right, so now, ending meditation, close your eyes. Now you've got the plan. Now you got the map. This is a map to get back home. My first trip to India, the president of Indian Airlines gave me a poster because I had said I liked it. And I had it up, and Sushila knows this, in the Institute. It was a Indian woman pranaming, and it said, Om, sweet Om. We're on our way home. But let's be clear on what home is. So when you close your eyes, there's going to be a space of darkness, of quiet, of peace, of light. It doesn't matter what it is. According to your concept, you'll make it whatever. It could be Jesus, it could be Buddha, it could be someone coming in and hugging you. Whatever it is, go to a place and notice a place inside of you where it's quiet. If you cannot mainline that place in 3 breaths, then first go to your breathing and flow with your inhalations and exhalations. Inhale, receive the energy from nature. Exhale, give back, give of yourself, give that carbon dioxide back to the nature. Put yourself in alignment with the pulse of the universe, receiving and giving, receiving and giving. Observe the more subtle. Be awake. Stay present. Let's, in this exercise together, let's increase our capacity to notice that I'm not the mind. I'm not the breath. I'm not my life. I am before everything else. It's a quiet, peaceful place. Now, if the mind is busy, start repeating a mantra. Don't use your breath now. It's too gross. We'll go more subtle. So hum. Om Shanti. Pick something that you can concentrate on while being aware. The stillness exists outside the thinking mind. You exist as stillness. You are connected to a dimension where there is no right or wrong, big or small, painful, pleasurable. One of the dimensions we exist on is one where everything has purpose and meaning. Feel the comfort of knowing we sit in a place that is beyond what we know. From this quiet stillness that you're experiencing, remind yourself, who am I? Am I the conscious being? Am I the knower of my experience? Or this vehicle that I am now going to enter, the mind and my body, am I that? Who am I? Know, remember, I am that stillness. I am now breathing more deeply so I can connect more fully to my physical body. That's an important process. So as you return back to all of us, use your breath as a vehicle. Begin to feel your physical body in whatever posture you are in. Just begin to connect. Rub your hands when you're ready before you open your eyes. So rub the hands, create some heat. Cup the hands over your eyes. And this integration process to increase your capacities to stay aware when you enter your body. To be aware when your mind starts thinking. That's what you're doing right now. And then open the eyes and come back. We are very fortunate, all of us, to have this physical body, to have our personality, although there may be some capacity changes you might want to make. Increase the capacity to be aware, decrease the capacity to react. But we are fortunate because the teachings of Raja Yoga give us a step-by-step method to be able to break out of this entanglement where we think we're just a body traveling through our life, experiencing things. And even if that's all it is, at least you can do it feeling comfortable in yourself and handling all the craziness that goes on around us in the world. So there's that benefit. But there's another benefit. We have the capacity to experience ourselves as an individual and the whole at the same time. So we can experience ourselves with our own individual personalities. This has been good. You don't have to change your personality, if you could. I get to be a crazy Italian from New Jersey who stumbled on Raja Yoga, and at this point in my life feel pretty comfortable with it all. And to be able to share that with you because you have the same capacity, that's the thing. So I would suggest that if you're not sitting comfortably in yourself a good deal of the time, well, it's time to increase the capacity to know who you are. And how do you do that? The practices. The simple things that I share with you. And there's a lot of good teachers out there who have other really good techniques. They're all techniques. To allow us to all sit comfortably, be together like this, and to ask questions if you have any before we close for the evening. Anyone like to say anything? Really, I was Is that clear? Wow. I'm impressed.
Gary, can you hear me?
I can, David. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yeah.
I want to say that, as always, it's a pleasure to spend some time with you. It's been a long time.
Yeah, I know. It was so nice. It was like a little bliss burst when I saw you. It was nice.
Yes, I'm in Puerto Vallarta now. We're spending 80% of the year here.
Mm-hmm.
In the summer in Vancouver now. Good to see you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Most welcome. Yeah. So this wasn't like a downer, right, about capacity? I mean, this is like, it was inspiring, I hope, a little bit. What do you think, Riv?
It was inspiring, actually. Oh, wait, just fix my audio.
Yeah, you're good.
You can hear me?
Yep.
Okay, that's echoing my mind. I'll turn it over. Yeah, it was inspiring, and it made me realize that I have a lot of work to do on my capacity.
Yeah. See, when it can be, it's great when it can be inspiring, because if it's a downer, then we didn't get the message.
No, it wasn't a downer. It was a wake-up call, I would say.
Yeah, nice. It's good to see you here, by the way.
You too.
Yeah.
Gary, you asked us a couple of times through this what our capacity is, or if we know what our capacity is. I think for me, knowing that I have a capacity, I don't know what it is, I don't know where it starts or ends, but that's that first step of awareness. That's the message that came through to me today. It was just
Yeah. Because remember we said that, I think I said it somehow, that by knowing your capacity, you sit more comfortably in yourself. I mean, on one level, it really limits the undue expectations we place on ourselves. The expectations that are really disturbing us. And then we're not aware enough to know we're doing it to ourselves, so we think we have to run faster than the expectation to get there, which we never do. Yeah, it's cool. I like that. Thanks, Charles. That was great.
I don't. We get a lot of feedback. I don't know. We get a lot of feedback. I don't know if you hear me clearly.
No, it's going in and out, Claudine.
Yeah, I send it. Then I will question another time.
Yeah. Or email me.
Okay.
Yeah. An important next step then would be, whatever you're doing has got you where you are. If you're not where you are in all levels, because I'm sure a lot of us, I know that all of you, myself included, we're comfortable in some areas, not in others. So to really look at where you feel you're limiting yourself. The step is easy. Simple, not easy, simple. Calm the mind, relax your physical body. When you are in a clear state, notice that you're the observer of your experience. Do that as often as you can. You're the knower, interacting with the known. You're the seer, seeing the seen. You're the observer, observing the observed, the situations, your life, all those things. Do that. And that is the step that increases our capacity to be present and available each moment. To travel through the multi-dimensions that are around us. We're more than a mental being. We all know we're more than a physical being. You know that thing about we're all stardust? It's true. It's a poetic way of saying it, but it's true. We are the unified field. experiencing it as individual, so he can act with all the other individuals that originate from the unified field. Fullness comes from fullness. Fullness expresses itself through fullness. Fullness never changes, no matter if it's mental, emotional, pure conscious being. So it's wonderful to share it with you. We'll be back in November.